Today is September 11th and I want to do something different today. I want to re-upload an old video that I made 8 years ago on this day on a different channel because I want to talk about something that happened in Sweden and in the world 15 years ago today. At the late summer of 2003, Sweden was getting ready to vote for the euro as a currency. Debates were rolling between and within parties, the ruling party and the party in opposition, and within each party there were yes and there were no. In August of 2003 I had gone to Australia to study film at Bonn University, and on September 11th we were attending the Vice Chancellor's reception, wearing suits and walking around with our champagne glasses. And this place had a lot of different nationalities, and I was trying to spot, if there were any Swedes. I knew there was going to be quite a lot of Swedes there, so I was walking around the crowd trying to see if I could, make any of them out. And then in the middle of the Vice Chancellor's speech there was a phone call. I had the cell phone on silent, so I didn't take it. Then there was another one, and the fifth one I picked it up and I saw that there was 5 different numbers from Sweden. And the 6th call I took.
God afton, det här är aktuellt onsdagen den 10 september. Utrikesminister Anna Lindh, knivhuggen och allvarligt skadad, överfölls på varuhus mitt i centrala Stockholm.
Because of the time difference between Sweden and Australia, where Australia is 9 hours ahead, we had no idea what had happened because we were already in bed. But in Sweden, the scenario started rolling out.
Vi ställer för vår del in alla aktiviteter i folkomröstningskampanjen tills vidare. Vi tar ny ställning till hur vi ska förfara i slutfasen imorgon.
The attack happened on September 10th and people were unsure of how serious it was. But on September 11th, they woke up to this.
Enligt TT uppger i denna stund att utrikesminister Anna Lindh har avlidit.
Vi väntar alltså här på presskonferens med statsminister Göran Persson. Regeringen är samlad och informerad. Ett stort pressuppbåd är på plats.
Det är med stor sorg som jag har tagit emot beskedet att Sveriges utrikesminister Anna Lindh 05:29 denna morgon har avlidit av de skador hon fick vid gårdagens attentat. Med ett internationellt engagemang som sträcker sig ända tillbaka till SSU-tiden blev hon en uppskattad samarbetspartner i internationella sammanhang.
I answered the phone and a person said that Anna Lindh is dead. And it took a few seconds before I realized or understood what it was she was saying to me. And suddenly the room changed. It was a very strange situation where it was almost as if certain people became black and white, whereas others were still in color. And suddenly making out who were Swedes in the room was not very difficult. You could see. And at this moment the Vice Chancellor walks up to me and he kind of, clinks my glass and he says, "How are you feeling?" And I turn to him and I say, "My foreign minister was murdered." And after that I don't remember anything really from that evening. There are moments in one's life where something happens and it affects so many people. September 11, 2001 was one of those. For us Swedes, when the Estonia boat between Sweden and Estonia sank, taking over 800 lives with it, that was one of those moments where everybody is in a state where they're thinking and feeling a similar thought. It's a very powerful thing, and it was so odd not to be in Sweden during this time and reading everything on newspapers. And really 2003, this was before really video hit the net as a way of communication. Now you would see like endless amount of streaming video, but back then you had slideshows and you had articles, but very little real television. So it was really hard to grasp, because regardless of what your political affiliation is, if you're left, right, middle, or not at all, when your foreign minister is killed, as was the case here, it does affect, because it stirs some of that safety you thought you had.
That in your thoughts and prayers today, you keep in mind Foreign Minister Anna Lindh of Sweden, who I work very closely with, and so many of you know, who was tragically killed yesterday. And may your thoughts and prayers be with people of Sweden and with her family and with her children.
She was a great leader, independent, courageous, and a true internationalist.
The world on the 11th of September, again with horrible irony, has lost another very substantial contributor to a better and a safer world.
Thank you for watching.